Good morning. Today is Wednesday. My name is Daniel McCrane with McCrane Associates, and we help small business owners increase their profitability and scalability in their business, guaranteed. We also work with them to leave a legacy in their business and work with them on their exit planning. Today marks 9/11. September 11th, it's been 23 years, as you've seen on the news already this morning, the worst terrorist attack against America. And it's appropriate today that we take time to pause in our day and remember what happened. New York City, the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania, the plane that attacked the Pentagon. Um, it's very important that we do take time to pause. Think about where you were that day. Think about what we watched on the news. Think about all the people who were trapped, who were killed, basically murdered by those terrorists who flew those planes into those buildings. Just the horror that we witnessed. Those of us too far away, watching on TV, who were powerless. There was nothing we could do. Think about those who were there that day, trying to save those people and how powerless they felt. They couldn't get to the towers. They couldn't get to the people in the upper levels. It was horrible. So if you were alive then, I would encourage you spend some time revisiting what happened that day. If you have children who weren't alive when this happened, take the time to talk to them about what happened. Show them the pictures. Show them what happened when terrorists decided to do something so horrible. What a horrible crime against humanity. And think about how we felt seeing all that loss of life taking place right in front of our eyes. And think about what we need to do to stop loss of life and basically terrorist attacks against humanity today, even though it's legalized um, sometimes. So anyway, hey, today I wanted to talk a little bit about mergers and acquisitions, different types of mergers and acquisitions that are available to you, and think about this as a potential strategy in your own business as you're thinking about maybe expanding your business through a merger or an acquisition, or if you are considering merging or being acquired by someone else. Maybe your goal is to be acquired, build a business that somebody else wants to buy. That's a very valid business strategy as well. So there are some things that you could think about when it comes to mergers and acquisitions. First of all, a little bit between the two. Acquisition is when you just outright purchase a business and you just absorb everything into your business. Your business retains the name, retains the structure, and everything else. So you just absorb this other company. That would be an acquisition. A merger is technically when two companies come together to create a new company. So there's no longer either of the other companies separately, but now they merge together. So a good example would be a very large example. A few years ago, Daimler Benz and Chrysler merged. And so they created a new company called Daimler Chrysler. So there have been many other examples of that as well. But merging usually is what happens when two companies come together and they create a brand new company moving forward. But whether it's a merger or an acquisition, there's some different strategies that you can look at for this. One is that you could look horizontally. You could look at who your competition is, and you could absorb some of that competition. So a good example might be, say, a small landscaping company that is interested in growing their book of business, growing their company, and so they strike up a deal with another landscaping company. Maybe that business owner is getting ready to retire, wants to exit their business. And so they figure out how to acquire that other business. In that case, it's probably more of an acquisition rather than a merger. So that would be something to do. So horizontally, it would be basically absorbing your competition. That would be a horizontal acquisition or a merger. Then let's talk about another obvious one. That would be a vertical, considered vertical merger or an acquisition. And that would be where you acquire somebody who is within the value chain that you have. So if you acquire a vendor, somebody that supplies the nuts and bolts to your manufacturing company, and then you just bring them inside your own company, that would be a vertical acquisition. So you acquire your vendors. Or if maybe you are the manufacturing company and you've got distributors, maybe you acquire the distributors. So anything that's within that vertical value chain, that would be another type. There are others where you just start to put together massive, different types of companies all together, which is called a conglomeration. There would be market extension mergers where you move into another market by acquiring that company. You can acquire a company because you want their management staff, so a hiring acquisition. Just lots and lots of ideas for how to acquire other companies. So think about some of those other things that could be part of your strategy for growth for your business, for acquisition. What would be a good strategic move for you? And that's something that McCrane Associates can help with. If you want to give us a call, we'd be happy to chat with you about that and talk about any kind of acquisition strategy that you might have. And here is the contact information on your screen right now. So feel free to reach out and would love to talk to you about your mergers and acquisition strategy.